All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Salito once again. Before I jump into this video, let me just say that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please don't look at me as a financial advisor because I don't want to fucking be one. Anything that comes out of my mouth pertaining to these videos is strictly for entertainment purposes only. So whatever you do when it comes to these plays that I'm talking about, that is your decision, not mine. So take everything with a grain of salt as well in the process. So we're going to talk about the SPY real quick. So I'm going to start from the blue arrow. This is your ancient past on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, this is your present time. So as you can see from the blue arrow, we end up getting that bounce off of that horizontal ray line, and we end up getting the arch going straight back down below that horizontal ray line to this white arrow. Same thing happened over here. Bounced off the horizontal ray line, goes under the horizontal ray line to fill a gap, and then it created its move back to the upside. So now what I'm expecting is, move this over a little bit. So what I'm expecting now is all of this right here going towards the purple arrow. And I do honestly think that it could happen sooner than later, but I'm thinking that the next stop is 5:30. After that, we'll possibly get another bounce back off of the horizontal ray, and then we end up shooting even higher to the upside, going towards that 550 to 560 range. So y'all be prepared for that. I'm prepared for that. It's going to eventually happen, right? But as of right now, so as you can see in the present time, that we do have a red pivot reversal candle that just popped up. I'm sorry, not candle, arrow just popped up, signalizing that we was going to get that downside. So now I'm waiting for a blue pivot reversal arrow to go ahead and pop up to signalize that we're about to move even harder to the upside. Also, as you can tell down here on your MACD, the MACD is showing that we're actually starting to get some momentum to go back to the upside, into the green, the blue, whatever you want to call it. We got a nice little curl right here inside the MACD, and the signal line is only a little ways away. I also feel that once we get to that to the touch point of the signal line and the MACD touching one another, then it's going to be a nice move to the upside. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen eventually, right? So take that with a grain of salt. But as of right now, in the after hours, the SPY is actually up $506.46 is the current price, up 81 cents, basically 0.16%. So the SPY is looking good. Did exactly as I predicted, and I'm loving it. So we're going to continue looking into this play in the near future for the time being. But anyways, SPY looks good. So we're about to go ahead and move on over to AMC's comparison now. And then after that, after we move over to AMC's comparison, then we're going to go ahead and jump over to the single charts, and then we'll possibly start talking about, GameStop, SHIB, and then, of course, show you the rest of what I've been talking about on AMC on that side as well. So let me go ahead and readjust everything real quick on this side. Just basically going back to the ancient past. I don't understand why TradingView doesn't save the positions that the position that I have put up on the chart, but I mean, it is what it is. So you guys get to see what I see. All right, so I'm gonna expand this just a tad bit more so you guys can see what I see. I'm gonna keep it at the orange arrow, and then we're gonna move from there. So AMC, I called a pullback today, but I think that pullback is not done yet. If it is, great, but I do think that it is not done yet. So it wasn't too much of a bad day. We only ended up only losing 3 cents today, which is not bad in no shape, form, or fashion, in my opinion. It actually looks like we're about to get ready to fall back into this rectangle that I drew out for the bar coding into earnings. But in my opinion, at the same time too, I'm looking at it from both sides of the table right now. The bad side of it is that we can end up going back into the barcode range right here into this rectangle, or we can just go ahead and continue, getting this quick pullback right here from how we see it in the ancient past, and then we end up starting our gap up going into earnings. We could possibly hit $4 before earnings. I'm still thinking that we're gonna hit $4 before earnings. AMC looks fucking perfect. Our bottom is actually in my opinion. We, as you can see right here in the ancient past on the macro descending wedge, that we actually ended up making this bottom, touching the bottom of the wedge, and we ended up bouncing off, going into this little rectangle, and then, you know, got the pull back, and then we bounced out, going past the horizontal ray line. And as you can see right here in the present time, we actually did the same thing as well. Ended up getting our bottom in, and then we started moving to the upside. So where the green arrow is at, this is where I think that we are currently right now. I was expecting a hard pullback today, but of course, we're not going to always play out, you know, we're not going to always play out the ancient past, you know, in the present time. I mean, it'll look somewhat the same, but it's not going to always look the same in certain areas. But other than that, AMC looks good. There's an ancient gap fill that I have right here on the ancient side of things, which leads to me thinking that we're going to end up going towards that $8.50 range. So it could possibly go higher. If we break past that and we reach that $9 to $10 range, then we're possibly squeezing. So take that with a grain of salt. If we see any gaps, which I pray that we don't have no gaps, honestly, because when we have gaps, you gotta come back down and fill that gap in. And if we do have gaps, you might as well get ready to see it. If we don't have any gaps and we get straight pip candles to the upside, that would be fucking lovely. And the reason saying that is because when you have those kind of candles, those kind of pip candles pop up, you're not gonna see no shape of any type of pullback coming in, incoming. If it does happen, it won't be as drastic when you have to go for a gap fill, in my opinion. But as of right now, AMC looks good. I still think that we're going to hit that $8.50 range. It could possibly be during earnings. If not, it could possibly be after earnings. But above all, right now, I'm actually focused on this area right here, this $4 to $5 area. I do think that we're going to end up gapping up. Well, not gapping up, but breaking up to that side, and, you know, basically filling in that gap right there. It is a small, minor gap, but a gap is a gap. So I will be getting call options on this, not financial advice. Right now, I'm thinking that I'm going to go for the $8 range. But as far as how long I'm going to hold those options, ain't no telling right now. I'm still debating on that right now. The only way you'll be able to find that out is if you join the Discord, of course. But anyways, AMC looks good. So let's go over here to the single charts real quick. And I'm just going to go over the AMC real quick, and then we're going to talk GameStop, and then we'll go ahead and talk about SoFi and SHIB. All right, so let's talk about AMC real quick. Let me expand this out. Well, it looks pretty good right here. Let me expand it out just a tad bit more for you guys. All right. So we're still stuck in between the previous weekly low and the previous daily high. So as of right now, we're actually stuck in between there. As you can see, I did call this out yesterday that we was going to be possibly stuck in between the two, which leads to a possible barcode. But if we break up out of this, we could possibly end up going towards this equal high area. Well, I'm sorry, not equal high area. Your premium zone right here, and man, it's going to look beautiful in my opinion after that. As you can see right now, we do have a red pivot reversal arrow showing that it's signalizing downside still. I think that the downside is actually over, like I said before earlier in the video, and I'm just waiting for a blue arrow to go ahead and pop up to signalize that we're going to get some upside. So as of right now, I'm still looking at that $4 to $5 range, and once we get up to that area, we're going to end up fighting for our lives right here in this premium zone, which is around, like I said, that $5 range. Well, trying to touch $5. After that, if we break that, we can end up seeing the $6 range, and then after that, $7, $8, and so forth. But I do think that once we hit that $4 to $5 range, we're gonna end up having a nice little battle with the powers that be to continue going forward. We may even expect that expect more barcoding in the process of things when we get up to this area. But we bounced off the discount zone 2, 3, 4 days ago, and we're looking very, very beautiful right now on this on AMC with this play. So other than that, AMC looks good. If anything, I'm starting to think that with AMC for tomorrow, if we don't get another pullback, which I do think that we might possibly get that pullback, unless we get it in pre-market or sometime in after hours. Tomorrow, I think that we can possibly go up to as high as $3.58. If anything, we're gonna have to break $3.43, $3.42 to go ahead and get up there to possibly see that high. Now, there is a possibility that we can, if we end up continue to the upside, see this happen in pre-market. But as of right now, if we do not go to the upside, then we can possibly see as low as $3.27. But like I say, take everything I say with a grain of salt, okay? So let's go ahead and jump over to SHIB now. So with SHIB is doing its fucking thing right now, in my opinion. SHIB is looking very good as we speak right now. SHIB is actually up 1.36%. Right now, I'm still looking at that zone that we got to break that 0.003 of a penny, that 3,607 of a penny area. And once we break that area, like I said, it's going to be freaking crazy, in my opinion. That's where it's going to lead to where we start seeing that slow climb to the upside, as you see right here in the ancient past. So I feel that things are ramping up super duper fast for SHIB. Right now we're stuck in between the previous daily low along with the previous weekly high. We have to get up out of this. We're stuck in the equilibrium zone, just to be, more technical of things. But we do need to get above and out of this area to get up into this premium zone. And once we get out of this premium zone, we're going to shoot all the way up to possibly that 4,500ths of a penny. Excuse me. MACD is still showing that we're still strong, that we're still climbing to the upside. So you guys be on the lookout for that. I do personally think that SHIB is about to actually lose a zero. So, other than that, SHIB looks very, very good. SHIB is looking ready to fucking go, in my opinion. All right, so let's talk about GameStop. So with GameStop, the bottom is technically in. The bottom has already been in back over here, in my opinion. As you can see right here, we have that purple dot. Purple dot signalizes that it's time for upside based off the MACD. MACD has finally crossed the signal line. You can barely see that green little graph candle that's barely peeking out above that zero line range. So we're back in the discount zone area, which I feel is perfect if you decide that you want to buy some more. And then, like I said, I feel that we're going to start making a nice heavy freaking move to the upside. Something like this, in my opinion, as you can see right here. We have a red pivot reversal arrow. So of course we got our downside. So now I'm waiting for this blue pivot reversal arrow to go ahead and pop up to signalize that we're going to the upside. We still have a gap right here to fill, right here at the 1370s range all the way up to around the 1470s range. So it's basically a $1 gap fill. Your equilibrium area, we could possibly get to this area sooner than later, which I feel is going to happen before earnings. And then after that, get a nice pullback and continue moving to the upside. I do still feel that if earnings does come out being very, very good in GME's favor, we could possibly end up going all the way up to as high as $20 to $21. If we break $21 and get around to that $23 to $25 range, then there's a slight possibility that GameStop may be squeezing. So GameStop looks very, very good. in the next video, I will be showing you guys a comparison chart of this as well. But for right now, I'm trying to make this video as quick and as short as possible. So now, let's go ahead and go over to SoFi. All right, SoFi. SoFi has actually reached over the previous weekly high, and now we're about to head towards this premium zone. And I feel that once we break this premium zone, we're going to go ahead and go up here and start filling in these gaps. We ended up getting to around $7.61 today, and it was looking very, very beautiful today. So in the after hours right now with SoFi, it's actually up right now and still moving pretty decently. We closed the day around $7.58. We got a 33-cent rise, ended up around $4.55%. And in the after hours right now, we're only up basically close to 0.5%. So we're up 4 cents, around $7.62. So with with SoFi, I feel that once we break the $7.64 range, hopefully in pre-market or sometime soon in after hours, as I'm making this video, we could possibly see a move to that upside going towards $8. We could possibly wake up to $8 tomorrow, in my opinion. As you can see as well right here on the MACD indicator, we have a purple dot that has popped up. So now we have a nice little green graph candle that has popped up. You can barely see it, but it does signalize that the MACD and the signal line are touching each other. And once that MACD line gets across that signal above it, like I said before in my last video, we're going to be seeing possibly $8. Earnings is coming up very, very soon on April 29th, which is in 6 more days. So, yeah, it's about to get very, 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 very squeezy, in my opinion. But like I said, take that with a grain of salt. I will be getting some call options on this play as well. I will be getting call options for the $8 range. If we can shoot past $8 going into $9 to break going into $9 range, which is up into this premium zone area, then this will be very, very great. But as of right now, we have to get past this premium zone and to go ahead and fill in the gap in this equilibrium area. So SoFi looks very, very beautiful in my opinion. So now what am I missing? We spoke of SoFi, we spoke of GameStop, we spoke of AMC, and we spoke of the SPY. So let me add in GameStop's numbers real quick as far as price prediction wise, because I did forget to do that. With GameStop, we ended up finishing the day at 1.5% into the green. We had made an extra 15 cents on price. As of right now, it's up 0.20% in the after hours, reaching $10.18. Nothing drastic, nothing too dramatic, right? But we are looking good on GameStop. In my opinion, once we get to around that $10.25 range, I do feel that we can possibly go as high as $10.40 for a peak. Now, if we break that, then there's a possibility that we're possibly going towards way, way higher numbers. And when I mean way, way higher numbers, I'm meaning like possibly going into the $11 range. But like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. Everything looks good. SoFi looks good. SPY looks good. SHIB looks good. AMC looks good. Everything looks fucking good right now that I spoke about. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. If you guys want to join my Discord to see more of what I'm doing and of course what plays that I'm picking out to go ahead and jump into to try to make some form of profit, you guys just let me know down in the comment section of this video. It's free to get in right now. Hurry up and get in, because once one of these plays starts squeezing, I will be charging $5 a month for you guys to get up in there. So get in while it's free, because once you get in and it's free, you don't have to pay. So other than that, like I said, you guys have a great night. Don't let nobody piss in your Cheerios. Don't let nobody get you out of your comfort zone. Enjoy the night with your family and friends, your kids, whatever you do that makes you feel happy. Stay motivated and dedicated, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Salito is fucking out.